So what's up, everybody? It's me, True Starscreamer. We had Snake Eyes, so you know I had to get Storm Shadow from Mezco because I am sorry. We all know, everyone loves Snake Eyes. We all know Storm Shadow's the better ninja. Even if you're saying Starscreamer, you're true, Starscreamer, you're wrong. In your heart, you know I'm right. And I have been very excited on getting this figure, hands down. Fantastic real American hero style art here on the front, Cobra symbol on the side, a badass weapons array, badass accessory array, all this for a fantastic badass figure. So yeah, enough about this box. Let's talk about the toy, the action figure itself, because these are Mezcos. These ain't no toys. So here's Storm Shadow out of the packaging. And this is just the figure himself. I even started going to the plethora of accessories he comes with, because it's a Mezco, and they come with too many damn accessories. No. I've got about 18 other Mezco figures, alright? So this is number 19. And I know I haven't highlighted all of them on the channel, but if this is not my favorite, this is easily in my top 3. The only other ones I could put on here as much of enjoyment from a figure I have in my collection is probably Blade and maybe the Crow. You know, it's just this guy's near absolute perfection on here, and I love it. I mean, okay, I say absolute because yes, there always could be more things. His articulation would probably be the number one thing. You know, I would love to have more butterfly joints. I would love to have a better ab crunch to it, but okay, Mezcos are not Marvel Legends. They're not Figuarts, but this is an absolute fantastic display piece. I can't stop gushing about this. I mean, just his uniform alone, the beautiful white fabric. I love the design. You know, we've got the peaked shoulders on here. The hood here is wired, so while I've got it down here, I can pull it up over his head, and it will stay in various shapes. I love this. I could flare it out if I want. It'll stay in there like that. You know, bring it down, have the whole half look over his face. You know, I love this. Nice cloth vest underneath of it. He's got these floating knee pads. The boots themselves with the buckles on it. You know, got the little ninja toes to it. He's got the double-edged, you know, the double jointed elbows, and he's got the really cool gauntlets. You know, I'm not going to be attacking this guy again like I do with the Legend for the posing, but I can absolutely get a lot of good poses out of him. And then the gear on him. He already counters so many things that I did not care for about Snake Eyes. You know, Snake Eyes review right here. I can tell just from looking at it. He's got pouches on here that'll be able to hold daggers, pins here for shurikens, and a holster here for the nunchucks, and of course clips on the back for the rest of his stuff. We'll be seeing, and I'll be showcasing all that in a moment. But I know that he can have his gear, which was my number one complaint with Snake Eyes, of giving me all that stuff and no place to put it. I mean, they could have at least given me a weapons rack. But no, this is going to be great. So, again, articulation's rudimentary. It ain't no classified figure. It ain't no Marvel Legend. It ain't no Valorverse figure. But easily, this is going to be a highlight of my display, hands down. That almost sounded like a final thoughts, to be honest. But anyway, let's talk about the accessories. So yeah, Storm Shadow here comes with a ton of accessories. Yes, I had to drop my voice an octave because it's that many. And I try not to be one of those guys who makes a 25-minute Mezco review. It's just, we ain't got time for that, but dang, this one's going to be a challenge. First of all, of course, the hands. Oh my gosh. We've got, you know, from Tiger Claw punching hands, to gripping hands, to throwing hands, fist hands, holding hands, weird knuckle punch hands, or shuriken throwing hands. He has them all. In fact, he even has a pair of climbing claw hands. I love this. So this is some really, really cool stuff. I want to open this up to pull out some of the more unique ones here real quick. This is crazy. He actually has two hands, both the same hand, of holding the smoke bombs. One of either getting ready to throw them, for a whole ninja vanish, or to flick them down the alley, down the alleyway type of thing. And I love that. That is absolutely badass. He's got the climbing claw hands, or or if he wants to try to swipe somebody with claws on his hands, that's awesome. Kind of hold out things, and I believe this is actually used for some of his effect hands, if I recall, to make him look like he's throwing something, and we'll talk about those in a second. And finally, I think this is just for holding a single shuriken, which I think is really cool. Speaking of shurikens, we have 3 different types of shurikens. The pinwheel kind, the curved blade kind, and the actual throwing star kind. And the throwing star kind. Of these 3, these ones here have the whole circles in them. I can actually peg a couple of those onto his vest on there, which I absolutely love. Then we also have the kunai, which he has holsters for a couple of them here, and I will be putting all this stuff on him in a little bit. The others, I do not have a place for them to hold on him, which is a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. I'd love to see maybe a place for them, like on the gauntlet, for an example. I think I would really have liked to have seen that, but hey, I'm not the guy who designs Mezco stuff. In this tray, we also have the throwing star effect and a throwing smoke bomb effect, pair of nunchucks, nunchaku, and the kurai, I believe. Nope. Give me 1 second here. No, kunai. I'm not even gonna look. I'm pulling up. And a pair of kunai, or the small hand axes. I think I should be good on that one. My otaku cred should be high.
Nope.
So that is cool, and we'll talk about more of these pieces in a minute. Also has a pair of sais. Yeah, I said that. And where is my Electra figure, Mezco? Because I know you can make them. Then we have the quiver, swords, scabbards, and compound bow. So, we have both two sizes of blades, the katana and the wakasashi, I believe, if I'm right. These hold in very well. Now, this is a very tight fit, and much like the Bloodshot figure with his katana, I did put a little silicone shock oil on here so they kind of slide in and out a little better, not scrape the paint. The handles are beautifully painted, and I do like the little slits in the scabbards here, so when you draw the swords, you actually kind of see them moving out. I don't know why, I just find that really cool. And then there's a hole here, so this will peg onto his back. We also have a quiver, and the quiver actually marries up to the swords, the scabbards, so they will all hook up together. If we look on here, you can see there's clips here, and these just kind of clip on, like, no, not like that. They clip on like so. So this is almost all a single piece. Now with the quiver, 3 of the arrows are actually removable. It's on one of these sides here. And yeah, so I believe the first 3 are removable, which is pretty neat. I'm kind of glad they didn't make them all removable, because oh lord, they get lost or broken. But simple enough arrow. Oh, actually, that's probably what this is for knocking an arrow. That makes a lot more sense. Another neat thing though with the quiver, there's 2 slots here, and I can take the Kurai. I'm really going to have to double check that one. I don't know why I'm having having doubts, but I can put these guys and actually store them on here. So I can hold a number of his weapons on him, which, as you remember with my Snake Eyes review, that was one of my biggest criticisms of having all that gear and no place for him to go. Finally, the compound bow, and okay, this is collapsible-ish, because while it can collapse, it doesn't quite collapse flat, and it does not have any kind of storage on here. That kind of annoys me. I mean, I guess you could fold it a little and imply that it's being stored in here, but I think this is a wasted gimmick, to be honest, because it's just putting some additional stress on plastic that doesn't need to be stressed. I would have actually really liked just another clip on here. I've seen some people actually just thread it around there and let it hang on the arrows, so you can kind of BS it hanging on there, but that's one of my few shortcomings. We'll talk about this in a moment, but this is awesome. We also then get 2 alternate masked heads, each with just a slightly different expression. One kind of the more calm expression with his eyes, and then a much more sinister, angry expression. So I am really torn. I probably am okay without this head, but between these two, of the angry Storm Shadow or the unmasked, I honestly don't know. If you guys have a suggestion, put it in the comments. Let me know. I will listen, and if it looks pretty good, I will show a photo of it in the display. I really need to do a display tour one day. You guys want one of those? Leave a comment down below. Leave a like if you want a display tour. We'll see what we can do for you. I mentioned before the nunchucks. I also have a storage piece right here. But now I want to talk about this. This is so cool, because this can actually... is this the one that attaches to it? Is this the throwing hand?
Nope.
Give me one sec. Actually, I'm going to be right back. Alright, first of all, 2 mistakes. One, yeah, the small blades, these are called Kama. K-A-M-A. I apologize. That's my mistake. Second, this is how these weapons are the throwing effects. And I do like how this plugs into the hand. I still think I almost like the Snake Eyes one better, but this is this works absolutely awesome. So this effect goes really, really well. This one's kind of neat in concept. I'm still not sure about the execution, but this is actually a shuriken deflecting effect. So in theory, this is supposed to kind of clip onto the sword here and use friction, and I can't quite get it to balance right, but to make it look like the blades are actually being deflected off from the katana. And I'll try to figure it out, hopefully maybe with some photography later down the line. This is a neat concept. I'm not sure how well the execution is going, to be honest, but there we go. Well, we'll see. Maybe towards the end of the video, I will try to get a review, see if I can get that to attach to it. But that at least is a neat concept. Snake Eyes didn't come with anything like that, which I think is really cool. This, I'm really liking this the more I look at it. So let's gear this guy up and see how he looks. Alright. I cannot get this thing to stick on the blade to save my life. So I don't have the time or the patience. Maybe I'll try later when doing photography. But for right now, I could not get this to attach to the sword. Part of me makes me wonder if it's the silicone shock oil I put on there so it slides in the scabbard. You know, I just killed all the friction on it. That's on me. That's not a big deal. I can wipe that off and I'll find out. But maybe I'll do like a YouTube short or something about that. But I digress. This looks awesome. This looks utterly awesome. I can sit just that hood there, because I can adjust the hood because it's wired. This throwing effect actually does look pretty nifty on here, not gonna lie. And the overall presence is abso-flippingly Storm Shadow. I really cannot wait to put him in the display case, after, of course, doing some photos with him. And the angry face does look pretty cool. Again, I really do like the unmasked one because it's more humanizing of him. And that's the question. Do I want the blind with rage Storm Shadow, or do I want the guy who's on the path for redemption? He does have the Cobra symbol on him, though, so maybe we'll go for the former. Still, I love how everything is coming out here. Go ahead, pop this off of here. Take this blade back out here. I mean, the swords look good. They have presence. I may have them just do the whole dual wielding sword thing for my post for my display, but he just, oh my gosh, he's so freaking ninja. It's not even funny. Ooh, almost lost his throwing star. Let me tell you, man, when I was putting on the throwing stars and putting in the kunai, when I was putting the shurikens in and the kunai, I was never so nervous. I made sure I had everything over some kind of tray or something if something falls. So if that falls out again, that's going to be another shortcoming. But, I mean, overall, the presence looks really good. I do like having him on there. And I would not, again, like I said, minded those types of attachments on the gauntlets for the other shurikens. Still, though, he absolutely has the presence of the most badass ninja in all of G.I. Joe. And as I love to say, when it's all said and done, especially when it comes to Mezcos, it's all about the presence. And he is absolutely giving me that. Yes, I want more articulation. I've got the Classified Series figure for that. What I do have here is an excellent high-end figure that isn't going to hopefully not fall apart on me like a Sideshow collectible, and I can't get into that scale anyway, so I can fit more of these guys in my Detolfs. But I do recommend him. If you are in on this line, you probably already have him. If you want to dip your toes in the Mezco G.I. Joes, I would probably say Storm Shadow would absolutely be the one to go with for any of them. Second would probably then be Snake Eyes. Third, Roadblock. And, well, I mean, Destro's cool. I mean, but yeah. This is everything that also showcases what Mezco does best. Criticisms? Oh, absolutely. I have a few. I actually don't think he needed the size at all. I think this was actually a wasted accessory. Wasted part count. Put this in my Electra figure. Because he's got no place to store them. I know, but that's just how I am. I don't want a chance putting it in the belt or anything. I don't think he needed as many shurikens as he has, especially unless you had places on the gauntlets for him. I do like the fact, though, I've got the harness for the kunai, and I got plenty just in case I lose any. Same with the other shurikens, so that's always good. Finally, I probably would have liked some place for this bow to actually officially attach onto him instead of having to half-ass it of dropping it on there and calling it a day. Needless to say, the pros more than outweigh the cons. The face sculpts are great. This, again, might just be my user error. I do like this effect. I think I also would have liked this effect to match those shuriken. That's just for continuity type of situation. But still, it's cool. But let me know your thoughts. That's what this whole video is about. This is what the whole community is about. It's an exchange of ideas. It's an exchange of there is no right or what's wrong. I mean, I don't prefer this over the classified. This is filling a different niche than the classified. Those high, I've almost been tempted to get in the high ones, even though they're the 1/18th scale, because those also look really good and are a fantastic G.I. Joe representation. But I really can't afford to get in the 1/18th rabbit hole. But, again, let me know your thoughts down below. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Please check out some of my previous other videos. But, of course, the most important thing of all, until next time, take care. Peace.